Walk like lions. Hey, afternoon, folks. Yes, it's the afternoon. We're a little bit late today on doing Walk Like Lions, but it's good to be here. We're looking at Tuesday here, and beautiful day in Prescott. A little chilly. We got hit with kind of what the rest of the West here got hit with. So, but it's good. We're still out here. We're still doing good things. Folks, I ran cross country in high school, and awesome sport. I was a skinny little kid, and I could certainly run. And one of the things I like about when I was running cross country, I always loved it when I was in the race and you're just running along, and you feel like your lungs are burning. You're about to just give up and stop because it was tough. When the second wind kicked in. The second wind would hit, and you'd be like, oh, okay, here you go. You get back to your pace, you get back in the groove, and it's almost like you had more strength. I got an incoming call at the same time I'm doing a cast here. So that's never happened to me before, so all right, we're back. When the second wind hit, you always felt better, and it always seemed like you could even go longer and even have even more strength. Very good moment. But I want to talk today about kind of the spiritual side of rest for the weary. And as you know, we all get weary in life, especially when we're out doing something, we're doing good, and things are just progressing along. A lot of times we'll hit those walls where, man, I'm weary. I can't go on any longer. And whether it's in your job, now my example comes from my time in the invasion of Iraq, the very first one, the one that started it all. And I think it was day 6 that I had that first feeling of just being weary. We had jumped across the Euphrates. We were surrounded. We were in this big fight, and night had turned into day. And usually during the day, things got a little bit like easier. And for me, I didn't have to worry as much because obviously our guys could see better. Well, we could see anyway at night. We had the night vision, which was awesome, folks. Side note, real quick here, we can fight at night, we can see at night, we can kill at night, we can be victorious at night. So that's awesome. But in the early morning hours, I remember walking over to the talk, got some coffee, I'm listening to how things are progressing. Hadn't really slept, a few little cat naps, but I couldn't sleep. And the S3 looks at me like, man, Chap, you're looking rough, man. You need to go get some shut-eye. I was like, well, no, our guys are in the fight, man. I'm not going to go take a crash out. Let's just keep going here. And he says, well, at least go go sit down real quick and, grab something to eat. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. So I walked back to the Humvee with my coffee, got in there, cracked open some MRE, and sat there. And it was the first time where it's like, let me grab my Bible. Now you're thinking, oh my God, Chaplain, 6 days and you hadn't grabbed the Bible? Folks, it was constantly moving. contact to contact to contact, just things going on. And yeah, it was the first time I could pick up the Bible. So it was actually my daily bread that I picked up real quick. And to be honest with you, I don't even remember what I read. I just remember in my heart kind of taking the opportunity to say, all right, God, let me give you something here. Let me go to you as a source here. And I do remember, I think, a prayer that was something like, Lord, be with me here. I'm exhausted. Just give me strength. And that's where the rest of God kicked in. And it wasn't like this, it was an unexplained peace that overcame me. That's how I explain it. And I want to kind of use the scripture, Isaiah 40, and it starts in 28 here. Have you not known, have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not grow faint or weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the faint, and to him who has no might he increases strength. Even youths shall faint and be weary, and young men shall fall exhausted. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. And that scripture just speaks all to kind of the moment that I had as I just said, all right, Lord, just took a moment in the fight to say, all right, Lord, I need strength now. I just need you. I'm spent. And to be honest with you, it was like a second wind hit. Slowly, all I know is that strength came back for the next 3 days of this, endeavor over the Euphrates River. They finally pulled us. They did passage of lines after 4 days on that side of being surrounded. Got us back for our rest and relaxation. Well, rest and refit. I wouldn't say relaxation. Basically just to refit, rearm, resupply. And that's kind of when that second wind kind of like tapered off a little bit. And I still went out and ministered to people, still went out and talked to people, but it was a lot different. I knew that the second wind had kicked in, and that the only way I had made it through the next 4 days, so this is now day 10, was with the good Lord walking with me. And to be honest with you, I think it really was that moment where I'm like, Lord, I'm spent. Take it. And that's where that extra strength and those extra days of just being in the fight and being there kicked in. I want to encourage you today, folks, wherever we're at, whether it's a civilian job now, whether it's still in the fight somewhere, whether you're a police officer out on patrol and you're just going day to day to day with the same crap, or whether just the struggles of life are hitting you hard. There's times when we have to come to the point and say, Lord, I'm spent. From here on out, it's you. And that's where I think you'll see God, as it says in the scripture, he doesn't grow weary. He's always there with us. And that's where he picks us up and helps us through whatever else we need to go through. We will mount up with wings as eagles. We will soar. Let me use the actual scripture for They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. And that's God, folks. That's when God kicks in and gives us kind of that spiritual second wind and gets us through the things we need to get. Oh, there are times when God says, hey, now it's time to rest. And believe me, it's sweet. It's beyond sweet. You can feel God, just the peace coming back, and just that it just warms you. When you're in that time of rest with God. But there's times when you just can't hit that time of rest, folks. And we are weary. But that's where God gives us the second wind. That's where God carries us. And I think and you guys will notice it. You'll see. Just take that time, though, if you truly do feel spent in an area, to say, Lord, from here on out, it's you, not me. And you're going to see great and mighty things come about. You're going to finish up and wonder, how in the world did I ever get through that? And many of my guys who were with me in the invasion will say, yeah, there's days I don't even know how we got through this or how we got to the end of this. And it's God. The only source that we have is that God got us through it. All right, folks, that's what I got for you today. I know it's a little later in the day, and this was a little quicker, but it's still good stuff. Go forth, do good out there, rely on God for your strength, and walk like lions.